Today's show is sponsored by Indie Film Hustle's Filmmaker Process. We provide filmmakers with professional services to get their films or series funded, finished, and distributed. For more information, go to filmmakerprocess.com. The game of residuals and those kind of deals like the Friends have and Seinfeld and all these residuals. Netflix has changed the game in regards to buyouts. And now I think even Disney's trying to do like maybe a 2-year season run or something like that, and then it's done. Yeah. What are your feelings on like that, or is it or is that too touchy of a topic to talk about?
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert on that. Thankfully, I don't have to negotiate deals. I'm not an agent. So, I get to really stick with the creative. But all I can tell you is this, that a lot of big talent is more than willing to work for the streamers. So, and you see that, so that isn't a secret. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of big names, good names in series. And a lot of big names. Look at somebody like, Sandra Bullock in Bird Box for Netflix. We've got George Clooney coming up in...
I can't wait for that movie.
Yeah, I read the script. It was called Good Morning...
Something. I forgot the name of it too.
Yeah,
but
it
that's
actually
coming
changed the title now. And
or Fincher. Fincher too. He's
Yeah, and so we can go on and on. This is, I remember, 10 years ago, if your movie went to Netflix, you didn't tell people. It was embarrassing. Right?
Right. You're right.
Call that? It was like, it was like the Scarlet Letter. And now you'd be lucky if you could get your movie on Netflix.
Right.
So it is amazing how it has evolved, and talent wants to work with the streamers very much. So there is clearly a big future in the streamers, provided that their business model can be sustained. I still ask myself all the time, how is Netflix going to sustain its business model when it spends so much money on content? Now, I did notice that they raised my monthly rate like $1 or something. Eventually Netflix is going to be $25 a month. I feel certain of that, mm-hmm. because that's going to be the only way to hold up that model. Because they must have content in order to compete. And you got to feed the beast. It's like a constant feeding of the beast. And I have a streaming service, and it's small. Obviously it's like a minuscule thing. And I feel like I have to constantly be putting new content up. Obviously my projects don't cost $200 million to put them up, but it's just, it's not never ending. And also, by the way, Netflix set that priority, that standard up to release 15,000 things every week. Right. And listen, I'm glad they do.
Sure.
And when they raised my rate $1, I was like, whatever. Something like, I appreciate Netflix. I appreciate the content. I don't love everything, but there's always something there that I can find to watch. And I suspect that it will only get better. But again, they are shelling out a lot of money for content, a lot of money.
Yep.
And that's why you see big talent flocking there.
And it's kind of like a gold rush, but I agree with you. I just don't know how long this can sustain itself, because they are in obscene amounts of debt. They are in obscene amounts of debt right now.
Well, we have to hope that they can figure it out, because if we lose the streamers after having lost the movie theaters, then we're screwed.
Because we lost DVD, we lost VHS, we lost DVD, which was so much money, and then you're absolutely right, because if Netflix goes down, it shatters a lot of things.
Right. So they can't go down. And you know, people will often say, oh, you know, how does Hollywood feel about Netflix? And I'm like, Netflix is Hollywood. You know, it's just Hollywood is evolving. You know, there was a time when movies had no sound. You know, so
no color.
You know, it's like no color. So it's evolving. You know, you got to go with the flow. So you know, I wish any venture the very best, because
right.
it means opportunities for my clients, which in turn keeps me employed.
To watch the rest of this interview, head over to bulletproofscreenwriting.tv.